A little bit, yeah. This guy named Tiny kicks my butt once in a while.
I love it, Tiny.
But yeah, you know Tiny? You know Tiny? No. He's not.
But I'd like to meet him.
Yeah, he's not tiny at all. But it's great to have you on. Now let's walk me through a couple things to warm up. Is that what you're supposed to do first?
Yeah, you're definitely supposed to warm up.
Yeah, but we're gonna take it as, you've already been talking with your arms. We're gonna get you right into it.
Warmed up physically. Okay. Well, we can try. Okay. Do you want to try something quick?
Yeah. What we're gonna do to start off with is we're gonna take you down to the mat. So for one of our boot camp basics.
Okay. Very
cool. It's gonna be our push-ups, push-up variations.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So
That's great.
we have about 25 different ways we could do a push-up.
Okay.
To challenge all different parts of your chest. So
knees down. That's the first one.
No, let's start on our toes. We're gonna start level 3.
Yeah.
So if you want to take it down.
Okay.
So proper push-up form, your hands are right underneath your shoulders.
Okay.
Elbows coming out to the side, coming up on your toes.
Like this.
So you're just going to take it down and up,
Okay.
bending from the elbows. Exhale as you come up. Good, again. So next one, we're going to hold it halfway down. So hold it here.
Oh, that's not fun.
So this would be something where we start to really challenge chicks. So even on day 1, you're going to get
Look at
right
you, you're not
into
even
it.
shaking.
And
I'm a
coming
jello
up
mold right
slow.
now. Okay.
So the next one, you can come down to your knees for this. This is one of our second favorites, a side-to-side push-up. So
All right.
Amanda's going to show you.
Yeah, start in the center. Okay.
And you're going to walk your hand out to the side.
Okay.
Yeah, take it down.
Like so?
Yeah, back to the center. And then opposite side.
It's nice to have the variation, actually.
Yeah, so this one gets a little bit deeper into the chest, and it's
Okay.
also great because it keeps things fresh.
Come up onto your chest.
It's too bad we have to kind of have little breaks in between, which is good. But right now, we're going to go over and see how Deb's doing. Deb, what's going on?
You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. We've got Christopher Wynn joining us, Montreal filmmaker. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Glad that you could make it. And a very special presentation. I know it's the Alzheimer's Society of Simcoe County is a special presentation tonight with your documentary.
Yes, it's a documentary I made about my father, who had early onset Alzheimer's. He was diagnosed at 57. And I decided to document himself and our family and the struggles that we had with the disease. And it took me 6 years to make the film. It was finished at the end of 2008, and it's already played on TV Ontario a couple times. But for the past year, I've been doing these presentations for the Alzheimer's Society.
Yeah, this is a cross-Ontario tour that you're doing
Yes.
right now with the Alzheimer's Society. I think we've all heard it. We've heard the stories with Alzheimer's and how devastating it can be. I think especially for family members, even maybe even more so than the person suffering. And did you realize what you were getting into? In the early stages. Again, you heard all the stories. Did you until you finally start dealing with it on a day-to-day basis?
No, you can try to learn stuff about the disease, and there are certain stages that people go through, but everybody's different. So you just kind of have to adapt to how that person changes, and you have to learn as you go a lot of the time. But we weren't prepared for a lot of the stuff that was going to happen. And you're right, it became more about my mother as the caregiver than it did about my father with the disease, and we worried more about her.
When did you start, start noticing things? And what were some of the signs that, because at 57, that's very young.
Yeah, it was little things, and someone actually brought it to our attention about my father forgetting things, and it was just about repeating stories and possibly getting lost. Not that he doesn't know where his keys are. It's like he doesn't know what the keys do, what they're for. And so getting lost, going for a walk or driving or stuff like that, or forgetting, at work he'd be forgetting instruments and stuff like that. So those are little things.
There's it's a public service announcement. I'm not sure it's for the Dementia Association or for the Alzheimer's, but it really brings it home. It's he's bringing home the carton of milk and putting it in the refrigerator. Have you seen it? And there's all these containers of milk in there.
Yeah.
And it's just little things like that.
Yeah, I think it's little things like that people notice that it's not just normal aging and forgetting keys and stuff, but there's something different there.
Right.
That changes it.
And how else? And how is how is the family? Are you still dealing with the disease? How's your father now?
No, he passed away.
He did pass.
A couple of years ago. So the film documents his last 5 years with the disease. And it was a huge struggle for us, but you know what? There's a lot of positive in the film too. You can actually see a family coming together to try to get through this disease. That's what I really tried to show, because caregivers and families have to realize that you need the support to get through this disease. So now that it's done, it's easy for me to talk about it now because it's in the past, and it's tough to do these presentations and see a bunch of caregivers in the audience that know that they're going through it right now. But they should realize that, you know, it's good to tell a personal story.
Yeah.
Because
very therapeutic, I guess.
Exactly. The whole process of making the film has been very therapeutic.
What when you look back on the film now and you see it, are there parts that are difficult to watch at all, or again is it therapeutic to kind of see the story being told?
No, it's not hard for me to watch. Obviously, I've tried to make it not just a film about Alzheimer's. It's a documentary, and it's actually won a few awards. And I wanted people, general public, to watch it too and understand Alzheimer's, but also see it as a film.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm still more critical of my filmmaking than I am.
Yeah. Now, do you have a website we can visit?
Yes, you can go to forgetfulnotforgotten.com. It's a website where you can find out more about the film, but it's also an online community where people can tell their own stories. Or, of course, you can go to the Alzheimer Society to hear more about the film.
And you said tonight, now we're actually going to watch a snippet. We've got a preview of the film coming up in a few minutes, but tonight as well, the special presentation. Where is that? Actually, well, hang on to that. We have to take a little break.
Okay.
We'll come back with all of that right here on Daytime. Welcome back to Daytime on Rogers TV. I'm Deb James, and we're going to check in with our Fit Chicks and our Fit Clan in just a few more minutes. But right now, we're back with Christopher Wynn, Montreal filmmaker. You've picked up the Indie Spirits Film Festival Award, Colorado Springs, the Indie Gathering Film Festival for Best Documentary. So that, like you said, it's obviously it's telling a story. It's your story, but as a filmmaker as well, it must be very rewarding to see people enjoying it and being rewarded for it. Yeah, making a difference.
It is,
yeah.
and I was happy just to get to that point. But then what happened is the Alzheimer Society, mainly in Ontario, but I also did a tour of BC, and I was just in Boston a few weeks ago. So they asked me if I wanted to start to show it and talk about my experiences.
And tonight it's the South Shore Community Center in Barrie, and it's doors open at 7 o'clock. There is a cost?
Yeah, I believe it's $20. You can contact the Alzheimer Society.
Okay.
And I show the film, and then I speak after, and usually people want to just come up to me and start telling me about their story and stuff. So, and as well, you can check out Forgetful Not Forgotten. And in fact, the film is, the DVD's for sale
okay,
as well.
perfect. Okay, well, let's take a look. We've got a snippet of the movie. Let's take a look. All right, here we go.
I can remember my dad's golf swing. always relaxed and slow, kind of like his approach to life. He was always fun. People just loved being around him. And as I grew up, I wanted to be just like him. I still do.
See where the ball is? Ball's over there.
Right there.
No. Look down.
Here.
Look down.
Down.
See where the ball is?
Oh, yes. Okay, I see it now. Yeah.
Stand
yeah,
over
yeah.
here. Come stand
Okay.
over here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
The hole is up that way.
Okay.
So you gotta turn. Like that. Okay?
Yeah.
You can hit the ball.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
That's it. Hey! Woo, you almost hit the pin. That's good.
I'm going home.
Why are you going home? That was a good swing.
Yeah.
Did it feel good?
Do I ever?
Excellent.
My goodness.
I'm going to do something different.
Okay.
I'm going to read you a pair of...
Is it, like I said, it must be very therapeutic watching the film and seeing it. What is the most difficult part when you are dealing with, with your dad and your own story? When you go back in the original diagnosis and things start to, as it progresses, I guess as a son, and maybe, your mother as well, what were the most difficult things to deal with this disease?
Well, obviously, it's your relationship changes. My mother, we talk about it in the film as well, is obviously their relationship changed, meeting when they were young and falling in love, getting married, having kids. And obviously my relationship changed because I became his parent, He got to a point where I had to feed him and change him. So it's very hard to do, but I realized that he's still my father, and I still have to give him that dignity that he's still there. I still believed he was there, whether he knew who I was or not. I still had to make him happy and make him comfortable.
I guess, as you said, it is different with everybody. Would he get flashes sometimes and remember everything and who you are and his wife?
That clip is a perfect example because he didn't know where the ball was, but I put the golf club in his hand and he knew how to do his grip.
Yeah, and I noticed the feet, the stance
and
too.
he knew exactly.
Totally.
He didn't know where the hole was or the ball, but you get him in that kind of mind frame and he could do that. And it was the same with music. He might not remember my name or how to put a sentence together, but I put out a Johnny Cash song and he could sing all the lyrics.
Wow, isn't
So
that something else?
there's something there that triggers
Interesting.
the memory.
What kind of advice? I mean, obviously people are used to coming up all the time. They're telling their stories. What kind of advice can you give, I guess, to people and families that are just starting to deal with it? Is it to talk to other people?
I think that's it exactly. I totally am all for all the testing that they're going on to try to find a cure and stuff, but I have nothing to do with that. So what I can do is tell a personal story, and they actually help. So for people to tell stories about what they're going through, it's hard to do at the beginning, but I think it's helpful, and I think people need to realize that, and I think they need to realize that they should get the support as early as possible.
That's what I've always heard, and I've talked to many different people and with Alzheimer's Society, and I keep hearing it's obviously the education part of it and understanding as much as you possibly can, but the caregivers need that break. They need the support, somebody to talk to, but they also need the break away from it all.
Definitely. I mean, it's hard to realize, especially for a caregiver like my mother. She thought it was her burden. It was her husband. I should deal with it on my own. But they realized that. My mom even says she thought she was young enough she could do it on her own, but she realized she wasn't. So support is huge.
So again tonight, tonight we've got the South Shore Community Center. And it's starting at 7 o'clock. Now, you said the format is you'll show the film.
Yeah, usually the Alzheimer Society speaks for a bit, and I introduce the film. The film is just under an hour, and then I'll speak afterwards, and I'll take questions
as well.
Yeah.
And it's 20, if you want to wait till tonight, you can get them at the door at the South Shore Community Center for $25. We've also got 722-1066. That's the phone number to call for more information. And what's that website again as well?
My website is just forgetfulnotforgotten.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been great. Thank you for sharing
me.
your story. All right, let's check in with our Fit Chicks. And Glenn.
Hanging out with Lauren and Amanda, of course, from Fit Chicks, and you're gonna kick my butt continually.
Yes.
Okay, even the push-ups already. That was like that holding it halfway difficult.
Oh,
difficult.
Yeah. Isolate
that
those
was nice.
muscles.
Did you see that? Oh, that's too bad. We go again though.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else are we gonna do? What are we
All
looking
right,
at?
so right now we're going to do a bit of interval training. So
Okay.
this is something that we do commonly in our boot camps,
Okay.
where we do short bursts of strength and then short bursts of cardio. So back and forth,
Okay.
so that you're really sort of getting that heart rate up and then dropping it down, conditioning while you're dropping your heart rate. So
Okay.
we're going to start off with a walking plank variation.
Yeah. Look at she's
So-
Laura's laughing at me. Okay. Yes.
So for your walking planks, what you want to do is touch down to your toes,
Okay.
walk your hands out into a plank, and then walk it all the way back up. And then walk it all the way back up. Good. Perfect. Reach up nice and tall, and again, come all the way down. But this time you're gonna hold it. So holding it, once again, isolating those muscles.
Like that?
And then we're gonna do a variation. So coming down onto your elbows, and then walk it back up. And so this is something that you can come down onto your knees at any point.
I'm good so
Stay
far.
up there.
I'm actually not
All
too
right.
bad. Not too
Do
bad.
another one.
Okay.
Come down and up. All right, now just walk it all the way back up to standing. So we would, of course, do that for, usually we do everything by time as opposed by count. So we would
Right.
probably do that for about a minute or 2 minutes.
In a row? I mean,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Continuously, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then go into a cardio burst. So right now we're going to do some football runs.
Okay.
So football
That
runs,
doesn't
you're just
sound
moving your
fun.
feet super fast.
Yep.
Get nice
Okay.
and low.
Like
And
that.
just run it out. All right, now move it forward. So you're working different
Okay, keep
muscles.
going.
Come on. And then run it back. Take it all the way back.
I don't like this part.
And forward one more time. Come on. So you want to get your heart rate up.
Yep.
And then take it back.
Feel
Good.
sorry
Now
for
just
my
run in
next
place.
guest.
A few more seconds. Again, we would do this probably for about 2 or 3 minutes. A little faster. All right, now hold.
Oh
Good.
my- Are we done yet?
No, not at all. So now,
We can go to the next-
again, we would go right back into another strength movement. So
Okay.
that this is kind of when you drop your heart rate. So we're going to do some low squats. So just hold a nice squat, nice and low.
Okay.
Knees over your ankles. So sit
Like
your
that?
knees
Oh,
back.
Like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Perfect. Now bring your hands behind your head, and we're going to move these as well. So we like adding a lot of motion. So just start walking forward, staying low.
Keep it
Staying as low as you can. So you're working your booty, your
Yep.
inner thighs.
Yes, I feel
Perfect.
that.
And now walk it back.
Feel the burn. Wow. Yeah.
Perfect.
Right.
And then if we want to
Thighs.
intensify this, stay low.
stay
We're not
low.
done.
Okay.
If you
I thought we were
want to
doing
add a
something.
little bit of intensity,
Yeah.
you're going to jump
Add
it forward.
intensity. I'm sorry, what?
Exactly. We're going to add it just
Yeah.
a little more. So jump it forward now. Both feet forward,
We're like frogs.
jump and back. Exactly. These are frog jumps without just sort of the reach up. Back, forward, and back. Amazing. Okay. And now just relax for a second. Catch your breath.
Let's just talk for a second. How long have you been doing this for?
Well, we started this company in September of 2008.
Yeah.
But we've been training, well, we've actually been training together since we were about 15.
Breaking a sweat. She's like, what else is going on? Now what else you got?
Yeah.
So you guys continue, obviously do this. Is it a weekly thing or is it?
It's
a
2
nightly?
times per week, and each class is an hour long. So it's a total body workout within that hour. So you're basically doing this type of training
Right.
throughout the hour. But again, it's something where we do offer levels. We're, offering you the hardest ones
hardest-
because we
who
know
told you
we
my
know
producer
that,
and director,
well,
I'm
you're a rooster. We figured you're ready for this. You have that competitive edge. about
Yeah.
you.
Grr.
Exactly.
Iron Man. Can't even lift my arms right now. Okay. Well, let's try something else.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do a nice standard movement in boot camp.
There you go.
Burpees. Oh, you might remember them from
yeah.
gym
I know
class.
How
So you
about-
might want to move forward a little bit on your mat, about halfway.
Okay.
Good. And so for burpees, what you want to do is plant your hands down.
Yeah.
I'll for the level 1 first, so just
Okay.
to show you the different
You-
levels.
okay.
So level 1, you would plant your hands down,
Yeah.
shoulder distance apart, step your feet back,
Yeah.
and now step them forward and stand up nice and tall. So this is a cardio movement, but
Yes.
it's, this is the lower impact version, especially if you have any injuries in your lower body, in your knees, ankles, hips, anything
Right.
like that. So
pretty
now
good,
to take
pretty good.
this up a little,
Okay.
you want to plant your hands down,
Uh-huh.
jump your feet back into a plank, jump forward, and then jump at the top. Jump.
Oh, jump.
Yeah. Reach.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, hit the lights. Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
try one more, and then we're
Yeah.
going to hold this one down. So hands down, jump it back, hold it here, and just add a push-up. Why
Yeah,
not?
why not?
Why
Just
not?
throw
for
one for
fun.
good measure.
Good. Now jump it back in and jump at the top. Good. So after you do those for about a minute,
It's no problem.
you're going to be sweating.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. I've seen the ones too where, I don't know why I'm going to say this because you can make me do it, but where you actually just literally jump down
Yeah.
from this position
Yeah.
and then jump back up.
Yeah.
That's a level 3.
That's level 3.
Yeah.
so
Definitely.
maybe not do that right now.
We also, and that's also something that, you know, especially if you have any wrist injuries or something like that, you have
Right.
to be really careful.
Yeah.
So,
For gear, as far as going in, speaking of which, because I was thinking, as soon as you said that, I thought a wristband type of thing. Sometimes, if you're getting into that higher stuff, or do you need to do stuff like that?
well, I think if you know that you have sort of injuries or any past injuries or any kind of like sort of weak joints, like you know your body,
Right, sure.
So if you have anything, I would suggest that you always kind of have tensor bandages or something.
Right.
But we also offer options, like even for push-ups, for people that maybe have carpal tunnel or something, we do
Right.
push-ups against a wall.
Oh, okay.
So that it's not as high impact,
So
or
it's
instead
kind
of
of
doing
all
presses,
levels. Like,
exactly.
You know, are they separated by class, or is it just kind of individual? Doesn't matter. Everybody kind of working together with it.
Everybody's working together. So when we're offering something like even like a jumping jack, we'll offer a level 1 option,
Right.
a level 2 and a level 3, and then we'll time it so that everyone's working within their own
Very good.
space.
Well, it's just too bad we have to just take a
Break.
minute, but we will be right back. I promise on Daytime. Welcome back to Daytime on Rogers TV. I'm Glenn Sweaty Colson, hanging out with Alex Ikonikov. And we're talking about a wonderful marathon, a hardcore marathon in Namibia. Am I pronouncing that right?
That's right.
That's
yes.
perfect. Nice to meet you, Alex, and I
Nice.
apologize about sweat.
Nice to meet you, Glenn.
Which is good. Now, but you're no stranger to this. You would wear something like this. Maybe not on a live talk show or anything like that, but would you wear something like this when you're running?
Quite similar, yeah.
Yeah?
You know, not necessarily for the aerodynamics like you wear it for, but
Well, you
for
know.
me it's to try and keep cool.
When you're a top-notch professional like you and I, an athlete, yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, so, but we're talking about, of course, the marathon that you ran. Explain to me, you know, what it is exactly.
Okay, well, it's an ultra marathon.
Yeah.
And ultra marathon basically means anything over 50 miles. In our discipline. So the race that I chose for my challenge was the Namibia Ultra Marathon 24-hour, 126 kilometer ultra marathon. And
Wow.
it's run in Namibia, obviously extreme desert conditions.
Yeah. Like, and my first question comes into my mind is, why did you want to do that?
I've always been one to challenge myself. And running has always been a passion for me, so I thought, why not get on the internet, take a look, see what people are doing, and I chose that one because they considered it one of the toughest on the planet.
It sounds like the Everest of marathons, or the K2s of marathons. And you said, yeah, let's do it. So, well, how long have you been running for? Must be quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I've been running pretty much since I was 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Come by it honestly, for
Yes.
sure. Well, and to take on something like that, especially in Namibia, now the temperatures, how hot does it get?
At the hottest point during the course, it was probably around 46, 47 degrees Celsius. So it wasn't cool.
Well, you might, yeah, I guess not. I guess not. I mean, the accomplishment's cool, but yeah, temperature-wise, oh my goodness. Like, you must have lost, how much weight did you lose throughout this adventure?
They weighed us throughout the race. Excellent question.
Yeah.
After 20 kilometers, I was down about 7 pounds.
Wow.
And at the end of the race, I was down 15 pounds.
You know, besides the running itself, of course, but it's the temperature of the place.
The temperature was the big variable that obviously I can't really mimic in my training here in southwestern Ontario.
How do you run around in a sauna for that? Pretty much is what it is. Like, is the air heavy? Is it a wet? You know what I mean?
It's not humid. It's very dry.
Is it? Okay.
But
it's a dry heat. Oh, only 47 dry heat. Yeah.
Sort of like running in a dry sauna. But there were portions of the course that the air was so still, it was almost prickly on my skin.
Wow.
As I was running into it. I don't know what you could compare it to, like an oversized non-blowing hairdryer, I guess.
Wow. Wow. And
it was extreme.
I mean, the training for this, leading up to this, you go, okay, you know, I signed up, you sent my registration form in, or whatever you do.
Yes.
And then where did you begin? Like, I know you've been running for a while, but how would you even be able to, you know, start training for something like this?
Yeah, you know, really, it's tough to train for these because you aren't going to go out and run 126 kilometers as a training run. So what I did is I broke it down into small pieces, and I was doing similar to the Fit Chicks, break it down into intervals.
Yeah.
And some days I'd do hill training to build muscle. Other days I was training my heart to get my heart rate zones in the zone where I'd be burning fat most efficiently.
Right. And you're talking about heart rate. That must be interesting. Now, you're monitored, right?
Yes.
When you go throughout. And how much did that vary, the heart rate? And how high did you get that heart rate up to?
The highest I got my heart rate up to was just over 200 beats per minute.
Wow.
Which is the highest I've ever had it.
Yeah.
So that was a learning for me as well, in that next time I would probably go a little bit earlier so my body had the chance to acclimatize.
Right, yeah, for sure. Like at least a week, minimum.
Yeah.
Because you got off the plane, you slept one night, or did you? You know, barely. And then, oh yeah, I'm going to go run this 126 kilometer race. Okay, no problem. Wow.
Yeah, just getting there was an ultra marathon.
I bet by plane. Now it is interesting. What do you carry with you? Because you know, obviously you have to keep hydrated.
Definitely, at all times between checkpoints, I was carrying at least 2 liters of water.
Wow.
And with that, I had a sleeping bag in my pack. I had my powdered carbohydrate that I was mixing with my water. Various tools that we needed.
Well,
you know,
we're going to continue on that, and we have some pics to take a look at, right?
Yes, we
All right,
do.
stay with us on Daytime. We'll be right back.